For a landscape architect, and this is the controversy here. I'm Alexia Gkika, in London for 11 years.
Oh my God!
Yes.
It's quite a jump.
And you know, the context right now in Riyadh is changing very fast, and the lifestyle is being advancing. Global events like the Expo in Riyadh, which is also one of our portfolio projects.
It's on 2034.
2030.
2030.
So,
welcome to the Monarca Podcast, where we interview thought leaders, industry leaders, and design leaders from the creative industry. Today, I'm very privileged and proud to have Alexia with us. Thank you for being for Monarca Podcast.
thank you for making the time for me and
Thank you.
inviting me.
Very good. So, Alexia, let's jump right into it. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Of course, I'm Alexia Gkika. I'm a senior associate project manager. I work for a landscape architect, and this is the controversy here.
Okay.
I moved to Riyadh last January, so it's almost coming up to be a year. And I operate in between, so between the transition of lighting designers with the landscape architects.
Right. And before Riyadh, you were in Dubai, right?
Before Riyadh, I was in London for 11 years.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It's quite a jump.
Of course, but I was more than ready for it. I was working in the region for 5-6 years, and I was always
Remotely.
coming. Yes,
Right.
I was always coming as a visitor, but it's so hard to really feel what the clients want and how the project is rooted into its context unless you are actually on the ground.
Amazing. I love how you put it. It's like you can work on these things remotely, but when you are in the ground,
Yes.
do you feel that the result is better, or is it faster, or what changes?
I think the insights that I've gained from a cultural perspective, liaising with my local colleagues and the local population, as well as directly with the clients in this past year in Riyadh, would probably have taken me more than 10 years to do that remotely as a visitor. And you know, the context right now in Riyadh is changing very fast, and the lifestyle is being advancing. And so you have to keep up with that pace, and it's only possible if you're on the ground.
But I like how you are mentioning the lifestyle changing as if you have nothing to do with it. Yesterday, we have attended your presentation, and what you are doing in Riyadh is really changing at so many levels. You have now very famous people being involved with the projects you have worked on, and you have the normal people enjoying it. So, can you please tell us about the project and in the last year, what you worked on in Riyadh?
Of course. So yesterday's presentation was all about Sports Boulevard.
Yes.
It's one of the transformational projects in Riyadh, introducing a 135-kilometer cycling corridor. And it's a mix of
Let's hear it again. How many kilometers?
135 kilometers
135 of cycling.
of cycling.
Wow.
You're able to do, right now, you're able to do like maybe 40% of that, but
Okay.
every year a new phase of the project will be opening. Obviously, this project has been in the works since 2018, so long before I joined.
8 years.
And I was very happy to join at a time where the first phase opened, so I have the lived experience, and I'm able to support the team in the next phases that are being in construction right now.
Right. So, what was the position, or what did lighting do for this project to bring it to life and to make it like this life-changing in Riyadh? I mean, city-changing in Riyadh.
Lighting plays such a key role in the Riyadh context and in the whole of Middle East,
Right.
because the culture is really asking for a nighttime city. I was personally always a night person, and living in Riyadh, I have become even a later night person.
Interesting.
So everyone is basically, the life starts after sunset, right? So lighting designers are well respected, and people are recognizing the importance of lighting. And the easier way to activate a space is by introducing perhaps a dynamic or colorful or, thoughtful design scheme that it can be adjusting depending on the programming that occurs across the project. And this is not true only for Sports Boulevard, but also true for residential developments such
Right.
as Plot 1 with Roshan that we are working on right now, or global events like the Expo in Riyadh, which is also one of our portfolio projects.
It's on 2034?
2030.
2030.
So we don't have a lot of time. Our teams are so agile and quite global, so we're able to have 24-hour work cycle. We have people working all over the world, so we are leveraging these time zones, and we're able to just hand over work and continue that cycle.
That's very smart. But how? I mean, how can you divide the work between so remote teams and different time zones when people are working, others are sleeping? How are you managing this kind of project?
So we work with a little bit of an overlap. So you have team members from different regions, and we have worked through processes and workflows that allow us to have this coordination between us in the team. And it's very intentional that we have people from different regions, so they pass on the work that they have completed, and the next day, you are already seeing progress. You have time to comment on things,
Right.
and push things forward.
But I want to ask you a question. If you check like 100 projects in the region, how many of them are mega project? How many are mid-sized project? And how many are small projects?
I can't really say the ratio, but I would say scale almost doesn't matter in my eyes. I think it's
Okay.
really what the client's goals are and the objectives of the project.
So are
You
you seeing that the clients are pushing the boundary more? They want more or less?
Definitely, yeah,
They
and
are.
I think since now Riyadh has shown some samples of what the first developments like Diriyah, like Sports Boulevard,
Yes.
like the metro have started to materialize. The next projects are only going to push the boundaries further, right?
Right.
They have to improve upon, they have to link with these projects to create a dialogue with them, because now these are the reference projects and they become a network of infrastructure to improve quality of life in Riyadh, which we know it's one of the pillars for Vision 2030.
Correct. I love how you mentioned like the dialogue between the different projects and working on an infrastructure. How important is that? And when you are not in charge of all the components of an infrastructure, how can you make the different ones speak the same language and not interfere or be in harmony together?
I think this is where sometimes RCRC comes in the picture, and for those that are maybe not as familiar, is Riyadh City Commission, and so they're coming into the picture. They are asking for that liaison to happen, but also for me right now, I'm fortunate enough to work for a company that is typically acting as a lead consultant, and therefore we have to liaise with a number of disciplines quite wider than just the lighting designers.
Right.
So, from my previous background, working in a multidisciplinary engineering company, I was well versed to have that coordination ethos and acknowledging those interactions and interfaces that are so
Yes.
important.
I loved in the presentation. I mean, that's a personal favorite in Riyadh, the King Salman Park project, because as Monarca International, we worked closely with the lead consultants to provide smart poles in the King Salman
I
Park.
saw the sample here from
Yes,
VF.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, did you recognize it?
I did, and I actually saw it on one of the judging sessions.
Correct.
So yeah, you will be getting the news tonight at the awards.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That's a
so
scoop.
it was good to see the sample, and I'm looking forward to seeing the actual installed finished product.
Yes.
These things are more and more important because clients don't really want to have segregated services. They want to have this design language, this
Integrated,
consistency.
they speak together.
Right, a kit of parts that works
Yes,
together,
correct.
and more efficiency in terms of operation, maintenance, and so on.
Brilliant. Alexia, thank you very much for your candor and for being with us.
You're welcome.
Honestly, if you did not hear about the Sport Boulevard, I invite you to check it out. It was really impressive. Thank you for that project, and looking forward to learning more from you.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.